Hey guys, I just want to welcome you back for another video. And can you believe this is the November stash busting video for Dawn and Rachel, that collab that we've been doing for busting your stash. And this is November of 2024. This is the last one for the year. I cannot believe how fast this year went. This is just insane how quick. But it has been so much fun though. Maybe that's why it went so fast. We've just been having an absolute ball going in when we meet up to chat to figure out what we want to do for each month, and it's been hilarious, but it's been an absolute riot and getting so much done. At a quick glance, people might not realize how much I've actually used up in here this year, but I know I have absolutely stash busted so much stuff, and it has been absolutely amazing and supremely satisfying. I say that I think just about every video, but it really is, to know that stuff is finally getting used up, that I've been sitting on or forgot I had, and what a way to use it. I mean, honestly, what's a better way to use it? So, in any case, last stash busting for 2024. I'm kind of sad, but we're going to kind of go out with a bang. Now, she has about 90 to 95% left of this Love from Lizi kit. So that's where we decided, let's make this our November finale for the year. And with all the stuff she has, I am honestly amazed that this kit was still as intact. She didn't even remember she still had it. When we were talking, she was organizing and moving stuff around, and she happened to find it, and I have mine. So that's where, like I said, we're going to do what we're doing today. So I will do a quick recap because, again, I have not used anything. I had not been able to get to this until we made it the priority for November. And like I said, don't worry, we will be back next year. We've already been plotting and planning things that we want to do for the next stash busting round starting in January. And it's the same thing. Again, these videos will come out on the third Saturday of every month. It just is so much easier to do it that way. And if we have any hiccups, of course, we'll let you know. But for the most part, we're good to go for the third Saturday of every month. Now, this is probably going to be a long one. I'll trim down as much as I can to like repetitive stuff, like really repetitive, or long gaps where, because a lot of the times some of the stuff I have to do off camera. I just can't get it all in on, under the camera. So some bits will be off camera. I just trim those out so everything kind of flows in one piece. But this is a monster kit, and you'll see what I mean when I get to it. So this is definitely going to be a fun challenge. And if I didn't already say it, but I feel pretty sure we say this a lot in the videos, we've set the rule in most projects that we do. We have to make a minimum of 10, be it clusters or cards or whatever the project is. We have to do a minimum of 10. I'm going to go out on a limb and feel pretty confident that Dawn and I are going to blow past the minimum of 10, because the goal is to bust the stash. So we've got our sights set on busting this stash of Love from Lizi Christmas stuff. So yeah, I think we're going to go past 10. But we'll see. Like I said, things happen. So I've learned to never say never, because got to keep an open mind. So, all right, let me quit that part of the chit chat before I keep going on. Let's see. All right, I moved that over. So in the kit, the smaller bits, you get a sheet of the little foam squares. You get a really cute set of holographic dimensional holly stickers. You get a really nice circular Santa stamp. You get an additional stamp that has like Santa stamps, like their little postage stamps. You get some stamp marks, some embellishments, and then you get some borders that you can use to add on to your project or whatever. So you get a nice little set of additional stamps. You get 2 of each of these ribbon. You get 2 bows in each of the ribbon colors. Sorry, it took me in my brain. Had a moment, couldn't think how to say that. And these really pretty ribbon too. These are really big. I'm loving it. Because normally when you get pre-made bows, a lot of the times they're teeny tiny, which are fine, but it's nice to see them a little bit chunkier. Then you get another set of the, I don't want to say it's the full, but you get another section of the same ribbons that you can use as well. You can make more bows or you can do other stuff with it. But again, these are all the same colors that were tied into pre-bow or pre-made into bows for you. That's what I'm trying to say. And then you get a really pretty Santa Claus die cut with a snowflake attached. It's all one piece, so when it cuts out, when you turn it over, it'll say Santa Claus with the little snowflake embellishment, so you can cut it out of any kind of cardstock. If you can cut through it, you should be good to go. So that is the bitty bits, actually. I was going to leave it out, but let me tuck them back in here, because I do not want to lose anything before I've even had a chance to use it. You know, generally that can happen in here. All right, so let me tuck that out. Then you get some pre-stamped vellum sheets with different Christmas sentiments. You get 6 in the black lettering. And it's a nice heavy-duty not cardstock, I'm sorry. It's a nice heavy-duty vellum. I don't know if this can withstand heat. I would take a little piece of the vellum and test it out. You know, maybe cut it from the edge if you do any kind of heat setting stuff. But you get 6 of those. And then you get the same sentiments in a set of 6 with the gold foiling on top. And again, these sheets are all different with all different Christmas and holiday sentiments. Because, of course, not everybody celebrates Christmas, so she kind of mixed it up a little bit to be more generic in some of them. So that's those. You get, I believe it is 8 decoupage sheets, and they have the numbers so you know in what order to layer them if you want to use them as the decoupage. I may use some of them independently. A lot of the times I see this as additional embellishments rather than making one-dimensional one. I like to mix it up, and like I could use these 2 bottom layers separately, and then I could, you know, bring these all together and make a smaller embellishment, you know, just to kind of mix it up. But I figured by doing that, then it kind of stretches out what's on the sheets, but that's me. If you like to just pile them all on together and make them all in that one layer or the multiple layers, man, go for it. So like I said, you get 8 of these and you get a different pattern on them. I think this one is my favorite. The birds. Next one has got to be the hedgehogs. Those are absolutely so stinking cute. Those are adorable. Oh my gosh. But the birds are definitely my favorite. Snowmen are really cute too. I like those. So that is the 8 decoupage sheets. And like I said, they are all numbered. So if you've never done it before, it's pretty straightforward. Just follow the numbers. And each number as you go up, layers up. So I think I've only done a couple of decoupage. I think the very first one that I ever did completely was Dawn had made a poinsettia, and she did her own in last year's Winter Wishes card making kit. She included a decoupage, and that was really fun. That was really pretty. Okay, so you also get 2 sheets. Now these are exactly the same cut aparts, and they look like postage stamps when you cut them out. They'll be like little stamps. I thought at first they were stickers. I tried peeling them up, but they're not. They're just cut aparts. I may explore again, just on the off chance I might be wrong, because sometimes you can't get your finger under the backing to peel it off if it's a sticker. So I'll do that off camera. All right, before I get into the backgrounds, let me flip through the specialty cardstock first. And the background pages are the A4 size, and the specialty cardstock looks to be 8.5 by 11, just so you know. Let me do that one. So you get a matted gold, and these are all single-sided. The specialty cardstocks are single-sided. So you get the matte gold, just so it's not shiny. You get a pearlescent green, pearlescent blue, and the pearlescent red, which of course coordinates with the colors that have been included in the kit. So I apologize if I said that wrong. Pearlescent. Let me move those out of the side. Okay. Now for the background sheets, and again, these are in the A4 size. These are also single-sided, and you get 2 of each background pattern. So you get 2 here of the different kinds of postage stamps with like a reddish background. You get a blue background with gold foiled Christmas sentiments. Same thing with like a vintage background with the gold foiling. You get the candy cane background. In the vintage script background, you get holly berries and holly leaves. And then the same pattern, but with that blue background. Sorry, I couldn't think of the word. Then you get 2 with the plaid. Then you get with the brown background with that, or the brown lettering with the vintage background. Then you get that same pattern in red, green, and blue. Then with the red background, you get holly berries and pine, like a pine bough almost. And with that same pattern, you get the background vintage stamp, or the vintage script behind it. You get shades of red with gold foiling, shades of green with gold foiling. You get a whole background of different Santa letters to Santa, a starry blue background, and then the last 2 sheets are a bunch of different images of Santa, again with the postage stamp theme. So this is everything that was included in this kit from Love from Lizi. And like I said, I am unsure if it is something that would still be available. Usually specialty kits are limited in stock, and generally all of her stuff tends to go really quick. So all I can recommend is trying to check out her website to see what, if anything, would still be available if you're interested. Because again, this came out a year or 2 ago. So that is everything that's included. So I'm going to cut out here, and per usual, the process portion is going to be set to music. Because I am planning on a big bulk crafting session, I'll probably tend to stick to a similar layout in the background just to keep things simple. I typically will do the background layers first, and then I'll come in and start decorating them or stamping or whatever it is that I want to do to finish it off. But that's pretty much how that whole process goes. I use either hot glue for attaching embellishments, or I use the art glitter glue. I just decanted it into this little bottle with the fine tip. It just makes it a lot easier to use than that big bottle. It's a little more flexible to squeeze to get the glue out. It's a little bit easier to keep the nozzle clean, so that's why I switched to that. Any ink that I use, just off to the side here, I have the Rich Cocoa, or I have the Tuxedo Black and the Memento dye ink. I like working with the dye and doing stuff like this because the dye inks tend to dry much faster than the pigmented inks, and I reduce the risk of smearing anything that I stamp. So those are pretty much the 2 colors that you'll see me using for adding on any kind of like ink blending, stamping, or whatever it is that I'm doing. So just a quick overview on that. The other thing I do use pretty much extensively, particularly on that main bottom layer of the background papers, The part that's going to be attached directly to the card base, I like to use tape and sometimes maybe a little bit of glue, just because I don't want the wet spot from the glue to show on the other side, because sometimes it'll look a little wrinkled on the inside. So I just wanted to give you the quick overview of the process before I tip into it, because I'm not really going to be doing anything new that I haven't done in previous videos. So just to give you the quick recap on that. But I will come back at the end and go over, what I made, show you the cards, lay them all out so you can see all the finished cards and everything and stuff like that, just to wrap up the final stash busting of 2024. But I'm only a little sad because, like I said, we're already planning for 2025. So lots more ahead, because I think between the two of us, with what we each have in our craft rooms and beyond, we have basically an inexhaustible list of things that we can do. I don't know if inexhaustible is an actual word, but it sounds good. So, all right. Hopefully you guys have fun. Hopefully, I really, 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 really hope this has inspired you and that you guys do indeed craft along. It's not necessary, it's not required, but it definitely makes us happy to know if you guys are inspired to go through your craft room. And no matter what it is that you do, it doesn't have to be paper crafting. But if you're digging in and getting stuff done to clear out, to make way for new stuff, that is absolutely the bomb diggity. So, all right. Thanks, you guys. Have fun hanging out, and I will see you for the recap. If you're interested in some more content, here's a couple videos you might want to check out, and I will catch up with you in the next one.